So what do we got here? Lurk. This is going to be pretty difficult. Rite of Negation, super important in this matchup to stop death from below. Pretty good curve. We have the attack token going first, which is fantastic in the Lurk matchup, because it puts them 1 round behind. Malphite is sort of kind of a good keep, but a bit too slow. It really depends on what they have. If you just treat it like aggro, play for defense. They play like Xerxai. I think I will offer the trade into the chip just to get it off the board. Because, yeah. Because Lurk is the sort of deck that they don't like to defend. They need to have attackers alive and ready to swing in to proc their Lurks. Sure. We'll just do Chip Preservarium. We know their next card is going to be Snapjaw Swarm. And we'll have blockers for that. We just attack in again? No, because we attack in, they don't block, then they Snapjaw Swarm. It's better for us to play Preservarium, so we get these as 3/3s. There's Rite of Negation. Ground Slam's also pretty useful. Stopping, like, Rek'Sai from swinging in and leveling up. No double proc, thank goodness. I'm going to keep this one healthy, just swinging with the 3/1. I said I wanted to trade into the Xerxai Hatchling, but I don't think I want to give him that much of a trade. With the Bloodbait Snapjaw Swarm, they're really catching up with the Lurk procs. Yeah, beautiful curve from them. Yeah, we can just play Rockhopper. I do like the fact that this deck can keep up with the stat lines. We have a lot of, like, things like Chip and Rockhopper for our early game. Yeah, see, and they don't want to give me that trade. So we'll throw the Rockhopper out. If I wanted to be really aggressive, I could Ground Slam here to kill the Xerxai Caller and push 6 damage. But, again, floating, making it easier to play Rite of Negation while keeping up with the rest of my curve, I think is very important. I secretly want to go for Taliyah here to duplicate the Roiling Sands. Siphoning Strike. Okay. So they're running that technology. I know that there are several players that have been very hyped about the interaction of Siphoning Strike with Pyke, because every time he re-attacks with his level 2 ability, the Siphoning Strike keeps proccing over and over again, so he just gets huge. It's a little silly. It gives the deck some reactivity, I suppose. And there's Rek'Sai. So we got Ground Slam for that. We'll take some damage here, of course, but preventing this is key. No Lurk proc. We can play Ancient Prep and duplicate it with Taliyah next round. Earth Elemental. Just get a big body. You could skip there, I think, if you wanted to. Do we just actually play Malphite this round? No, he's not leveled. I'll do this with Taliyah. She levels up. We have a vulnerable target to pull with her. And we still have 4 mana open for Rite of Negation if they do have Death from Below here. Their next top deck is not a Lurk card, so there is Pyke. So we can pull like this. We have Rite of Negation for Bone Skewer. They'll probably just take this damage. Yeah. We do have Ground Slam for Pyke. He's at 0 out of 15 right now. So we can still block and he won't, like, kill us. Another Rek'Sai. If she attacks, she'll level. So we just want to ground slam her. If you can stun Rek'Sai and, like, hold back her leveling up and reloading the opponent's hand, it's so good for closing things out. So here comes Pyke. We are going to block this. Ruthless Predator. Okay. So at least he doesn't level. He can play Malphite. Because my opponent's out of cards. Rek'Sai is going to go back in the deck next round. We have Rite of Negation against top-decked Bone Skewer or something here. So I think we're Gucci. Let's see. 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we have a perfect mana to even develop the Earth Elemental. Because if we, honestly, if we Unstoppable Force right now, then it is lethal. Because we have the mana for it, I am going to guarantee. I'm pretty sure there's, like, nothing they can do from this position. And it's important to note that when Pyke damages something on defense and levels up, his ability goes through. Yeah, death from below. Because I know that they have to block Malphite and they can't kill Malphite to proc that, then we can go for lethal there. And Unstoppable Force is, like, super guaranteed, to be fair. What else can we run into? Thralls! Ooh, very interesting. So this matchup isn't actually that bad. As long as they don't get, like, the god curve of a bunch of Thralls coming out, then you can do a lot of work against them. We can hold a ground slam, potentially to stop an early Thrall from hitting us if it comes to it. I'll keep the Salt Spire, I think. It's a little bit greedy to keep Salt Spire. I think if I keep Salt Spire, I want to mulligan the ground slam to try to meet the requirement to get the attack boost and have a higher chance of maybe getting Salt Spire and Taliyah. But, like, Unstoppable Force stops the Thralls unless they're, like, perfectly timed. We do have a Desert Naturalist in this list. I'm going to play Rockhopper over Preservarium, just to get something with some attack power in play that I can start hitting with. I didn't pull there. There's always the weird chance that your opponent doesn't block, and then they take the damage. Oh, yeah, they're getting this Thrall really quickly. Heavens to Betsy. If we can deal with 188, though, sometimes this does happen, where yeah, we gotta negate that. There is always the outcomes against Turbo Thralls where they get all of their combo pieces to get the Thrall, and then they just run out of gas. Like, everything goes into just getting one Thrall, and you deal with the 8/8, and you're fine. I did say I wanted to save the ground slam in case. Taliyah. No landmarks to duplicate. This is going to be really spooky here. This is very risky as well against a lot of open mana. Yeah, 3 sisters. Damn. But I'm trying to do it on offense so I don't have to worry about the overwhelm. That's a bit greedy. I think you open attack. Yeah, 14 damage they just missed. Stonebreaker? No, we'll go for Taliyah. Duplicate the Salt Spire. I can use Stonebreaker there to kill Lysandra, and that's about it. But Taliyah has enough HP to stand up against the Thrall, not take a bunch of damage. I'm going to get risky. I'm going to take that hit. They only attacked with just the Frostguard Thrall. I could summon Malphite here. How do they punish me? I could go for Stonebreaker, which is also pretty strong tempo. If I play Malphite, I get a Ground Slam. I can't cast the Unstoppable Force, though. That's just kind of how my curve ended up, where I couldn't float that extra mana. Ah, Clock Hand. I'm surprised they aren't going for the value trade. But I think we actually stabilized here. They need more acceleration. They have the Instant Sentries, and this one has Promising Future on it. Watchers in hand. Yeah, so they actually get Watcher, I think. We do have Malphite's Ground Slam, so we can stun it. We've got blockers in play against the Thralls. Yeah, they don't have enough room. I'm just thinking about, let me think, Stonebreaker. If I use Stonebreaker to deal 4 to the Thrall, then we don't have enough mana for Ground Slam, so I'm just going to play Earth Elemental. Are they going to try to go for Watcher win con? Ice Shard clears my 9-1. Sure. We still have really good trades into pretty much everything else they're going to do. If you Ground Slam Taliyah in this position, even in these rocks will disappear. So we don't have to worry about that. I could just block with Malphite like this. And then we just win next round off with Unstoppable Force. Or I do this, then Ground Slam. Yeah. That way we make the rocks fizzle. Malphite eats that Thrall. He's still alive with plenty of HP and tough. And does that make... Yeah, that does make 0 mana Watcher. So now I can do Stonebreaker to clear the Taliyah. And if they summon the Watcher after that, I do Unstoppable Force. And even if I were to Unstoppable Force first and they play the Watcher, we swing with everything and then they can't block.